Hey, Shalom, Shalom, giving all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, great millstone that teach us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, the true leaders of Israel. All right, Shalom to the elect. Basically, I just want to do a quick little video that I saw basically earlier this morning, a couple of hours ago. And this is on the brother page, like an elder, due to age or whatever, but all due respect, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Barakathum to him, and his camp, and so on and so forth, his household. But the video that struck my attention was the face of fear. Oxford scientists, the world will end in 25 years. All right. And ultimately, it's spiritual because we are living in the times of the end. And with that being said, these devils know that they have but a short time and a short moment of rulership and power. Because all before, they used to have the mind frame that their houses shall continue, and so on and so forth. But now the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is putting that spirit upon them to know and to understand that they are at their latter end, and they're going to do whatever they're going, is going to try to do to further destroy this economy, further destroy the mindsets of the people, ultimately implementing the NWO with that MOTV system. Psalms 49 and 11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generation. They call their lands after their own names. And that's how Esau Edom mainly conquered, the known land of Babylon the Great America. They named certain, cities, states, roads, after the so-called white man. And even dealing with the word Africa goes back to, a so-called white man. And you can do your research. All right, because I forgot off the top of my hand. I don't know if he was a Spaniard or a French, whatever the case may be. But I know he was from the stock of Edom, just like how America was named. America Pucci. All right, if I'm saying it correctly. And I believe he had to be from Spain, one of them Spaniards. And I'm pretty Africanus, might be on that list too. And due for the lack of time, I would do the research myself and, just to let y'all know. But this is, old history that we've been learned through our elders and apostles. And that's how this devil conquered the known world. All right. And they always thought that their houses was going to continue forever. They thought trouble was never going to meet them. But now you have these scientists, which are the new, well, not the new, the Chaldees, the witches, the warlocks of Babylon the Great, telling them and prophesying that they're going to, that this world is going to end in roughly 25 years. All right, but ultimately, hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah has a bigger plan. All right. And at the end of the day, the Lord is in control of this. The Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he had but a short time. All right. And that's what this video is showing, that these devils know that they have a short time. All right. And you can go look further into the video and see and get the information that is, well needed, because we are definitely living in the end times prophecies. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is about to destroy these elites. All right, these rulers, all right, that was, put in subjection and making sure that the Lord chosen people, the nation of Israel, stay at the bottom. That's why we keep trying to tell you people that those people in the land today are not the true people of the Lord. And that's just That's just facts at this point. The receipts and the evidence is overwhelming. All right, now it's to the point that Esau, Edom, nothing is working for them. So eventually they have to crash this system. They have to get rid of the old way because they have been exposed. And ultimately it's by the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai via the prophets that he's using on the planet Earth to expose Esau, Edom. All right, because he is at his latter end. All right, and it's beautiful, man. You got the troops being ordered to carry, high grade rifles. And I also seen a video. I'm thinking, Lord, will I do, something on that? Because there's lessons within lessons, like Elder Apostle Tahar said. But I saw a video how, basically the media putting it out there, basically sedition amongst men, man. All right. The Egyptians fighting against the Egyptians because you got certain states that don't like the laws and legislations that, Donald Trump is passing. All right, with this deployment of National Guard troops to apprehend the citizens of America, saying that's unconstitutional, which they don't even understand that we're living in the times that Constitution is thrown out the window. That's the old way. They're paving a new way. All right, a new dictatorship, total control over all the assets or the people of Babylon the Great America. And that's ultimately what they want to do to the people. Have everybody, CHIP, and have them under total control. Because even in that interview Aaron Russo did a couple years ago, and you already know what happened with him. All right, he had the interview because he was amongst the circle of the elites, and he exposed their plan then. And it just so happened that the video has been surfaced throughout the years that the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has put the prophets out to preach and teach this word in truth. All right. But yeah, man, we definitely living in exciting times. Lord, will I do a part 2 video? Like I said, due to the time, these devils are not going to escape no matter what. All right, they know they time is up. All right, you can read Job chapter 14, verse 5, Job 20 and 5, letting you know the triumphing of the wicked is a short moment. All right, the Lord has set bounds that he cannot pass Esau, Edom. Okay, so that's why we know, by us knowing and understanding that's why we have faith in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, via through the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, they showed us the way. All right, they showed us the true light in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, without those names, none of this would, be valid. All right. Proverbs 11 and 4, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. All right, so all your riches is not going to count in the time of calamity and destruction, which we're about to enter into now. All right, that's the time we're entering into. And by your righteous works, if you are the elect, you shall be delivered. All right, and that's ultimately through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, if you're not part of that chosen to be delivered, then at the end of the day, you're asked out. That's why we're doing, to the best of our ability to fight for the incorruptible crown. Because the test still has to be, we still have to all take that test at the end of the day. All right, and we don't know what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has in store for us, but we're going to have faith in him. All right, because at the end of the day, righteousness is going to be your ticket to salvation. All right, preaching his word, believing on the name of the Heavenly Father. All right, through his only begotten Son. Believing in the doctrine, which is able to save your soul. So with that, I'm going to close out. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Habbakukk Dash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us this truth. Peace, love, and blessing to the elect scattered around the four corners of the earth, and mainly in Babylon the Great America. Till next time, Shalom.